What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's as usual, I'm joined by my good buddy Civo, but today is the day of the big update, update 51. We finally get a conclusion to the story. Now, the developers do state in their notes that you should not play that portion of the game until the game's final release because it is buggy, you can't save there, and it is, well, the conclusion of the story. So we're going to have a video on that, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen right here on the left-hand side of the dock. Anyway, Civo went ahead and he found one of the new items that has been added. So next to every can of red paint, there is a new story item. You want to show them what it is, buddy?
Yeah. So I've already found a couple of new story items next to red paint. We'll throw up some screenshots of them. But as you can see right here, you got red paint right here and a picture of what looks like a man handing a child a gun. I might be wrong on that. Could be something totally different, but if you watch our video on what happens behind the door, it kind of makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up.
So another thing they added with this update is Molotovs now, if you get them in the water, they extinguish themselves. So it used to be you could hop in the water, they'll still be on fire, so I'm just gonna jump in real quick, jump out, boom, it's no longer lit. Other than that, they did make some performance improvements, which is fantastic if you run like a 4 gig of RAM system, or maybe even 8. Now whenever you go into caves and leave them, they will unload unused assets. So if you're leaving a cave, it will no longer be loaded in your RAM, so that should increase your FPS, but definitely help the performance of the game in general. They also limited the amount of pop-ups that will come up on the lower left-hand side of the screen, and that is also to save on RAM usage, because apparently it takes a lot. I have no idea, I've never noticed it, but that's what they say. They've also fixed the issue of climbing on a rope on kind of uneven surface. So for us, we would climb on and just kind of hover in the air. So let's see if it works. Oh, I'm climbing the rope. Let's try it again. Aha. Oh, yeah. This seems to be working. Another thing they've done is they kind of nerfed the katana. Now it deals less damage and it blocks less damage. So they made it a little bit weaker. To be fair, I haven't noticed it being too much of a hindrance, but I really haven't fought that many cannibals. Other than that, they've also fixed the log sled. Sometimes it would get stuck on a player after you let go. No longer happens. At least I can't get it to happen. I haven't tried that long. But yeah, it just drops where I drop it. You got anything to add, buddy?
No, I haven't read the patch notes, but I do have flintlock ammo, you said.
Oh, okay.
Flintlock was...
Yes. So now flintlocks will damage things like wooden benches and tables. You want to go ahead and pop a shot at that? And apparently miss. You know what? Let's do it to a table. Bigger target. I shoot one of our tables.
Either I'm a terrible shot or...
I think you're a terrible shot, buddy.
Okay, that was
all
point
right.
blank.
Well, they say it now damages wooden objects such as benches and tables. We can't get to work, but keep that in mind if you're firing shots at enemies near your furniture. It might get damaged. They also fixed exploding rocks in caves not being properly synced with clients. So, you know, when you bust those stalagmites and it's just so satisfying and they go goddamn everywhere. Well, now it should be synchronized for both the host and the client. So, another thing they added, and I need to just go ahead and run upstairs. Give me 2 seconds. Is on the large shelves, you can now add your energy mixes. Energy, health, although they all appear to be the same pill icon, which is kind of hard, but surely enough, you can put them up there.
I thought they already had that.
No, you could only put medicine on. You couldn't add the energy or the health mix. They did have it, then they broke it, then they fixed it. Alright, other than that, I mean, there's a bunch of other miscellaneous bugs. They're not that great. I'm just going to read through a couple of them. They fixed the player camera, sometimes facing the seat during the plane crash sequence. They improved navigation mesh quality around Geese Lake and the other lakes. Fixed Flintlock Part 8 not showing in inventory tooltips. Fixed tutorials possibly staying visible if you die while they're active. They fixed the thirst icon displaying full when starting the game, and then a second later, whenever you look at your hands, it drops to the correct amount. I've never had that issue, or I've never noticed it. Apparently, it was a thing. They fixed the large stick holder turning into a small stick holder when repaired. Now, that is a bug I have never heard, but I kind of wish that happened to us. That would have made me incredibly angry. That would have been fantastic. Alright, a big one, they fixed arrows and spears bouncing off animals. I can't tell you how many times I've thrown a spear at a deer and it just literally bounces right off its hind end. It's incredibly annoying. But other than that, I mean, that's the whole update. It was mainly the story update, which is huge. We've been waiting for this for months now. Oh, look, you too have 3 pictures of the plane crashing. Alright, well, that's it for the technical side of update 50. Like I said, we have a more in-depth look at what's behind the door, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the screen again one more time. But I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Like the video if you liked it, maybe get subscribed, but definitely leave a comment. Let us know if you are as stoked to see what's behind the door as we are, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Yep, peace out.